Welcome back. Thursday, April 6, 2023. Good to see everybody. Hope you had an awesome week. Charts are jogging sideways, playing a little bit of ping pong, pickleball. What are you going to do about it, right? Exactly. Glad to see everyone here. Keith, regular Keith, Professor Keith. I hate Keith, normal Keith, professional trader Keith. Keith's terrible. I'm cool with every single one of them, no matter what. I'm just Keith to me. Thank you for all being here. Hope you're ready. We got a lot to talk about tonight. I put out a thing on Twitter just before we went live asking everyone to put out what they wanted to see. I've got quite the list here already written down of things to speak about. So we'll do more of that as we go along. We're going to talk about the positives here, the negatives here. I didn't wear a Braves hat, even though they just walked it off in the ninth inning. I don't want to ruin it because as soon as I do it, they'll blow it. So keeping the Braves hat off until we move along down the line here. So without further ado, let's get all the way into it. If you haven't done so, please do me the kindness of going and clicking like, hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. Drop in and have a comment over in the comment section. They're free, cost absolutely nothing here. The more likes we get, this is what YouTube calls engagement. Even if you're not actually watching and you just like it, YouTube cares about that kind of thing. The more people who like, and the more people who comment, and the more people who spread this video around, the more shares it gets, the more YouTube pushes us along. I will tell you guys, we are trending down as far as our YouTube trend goes. Why is that? Well, I don't tell you a bunch of horse shit. Sorry. You know what else? I say words that I'm not supposed to say, like horse shit. If I didn't say certain words, then everyone would see the video more, because as soon as I say a word like shit, it's no longer acceptable for YouTube to play it to children. That's fine. Kids probably shouldn't be watching this anyway, but it would definitely spread around more. So without further ado, let's get off into this. And I got something in my eye. Before we do, I want to thank Will from the Discord for sending me this Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch Kentucky bourbon whiskey. I'm excited. Let's crack the seal open on this heifer right now. I've got my frosted steel ball in there, but that's how I roll. We do frosted balls around here in our drinks. Sometimes I do ice, sometimes I do frosted balls. Pop the top on that. Ooh, she smells ripe. That's what she said. Let's have us a little drinky poo here, shall we? Just a little drinky poo. There's a good gift for China Matt. All right, first and foremost, let me say this. I had a moment the other day in the Discord where I was looking through my portfolio, counting things up, and I realized I hit a certain level, right? I tickled 120K. Started with, what was it? 110K. I tickled 110K. When I hit that number, that's basically, I forget what the number was now. Just whatever. The point is, it got up to a point where I was up like 30% on the year. And I was like, damn, that's 10% a month. And that's with pretty medium risk. I didn't take any crazy moves here. I did no leverage, nothing silly, nothing like that. Just 30% doing basic trades on daily. Nothing fancy here. I have a little bit of an emotional moment when that happened, because it hit me that I had already made more than I thought I would. So cheers to everyone who's come around. Cheers to everyone over in the Discord who's here to help out. We are a family. It is not just me. It is a cumulative group of guys and gals, and I want to thank every single one of you. So for that, thank you, Will, for the whiskey. We're getting ready to tear it down. Cheers. Ooh, that's hot. Interesting flavor. Not very much cherry or almond or apple in there or anything like that. It's mostly just straight oak, which is nice. This doesn't need a mixer. It's not meant to have a mixer. You can taste that. Good stuff. Let's get to the charts, shall we? And we shall. My guys, I'm off tomorrow for the murder of Jesus, so I'm awake for once. That gets gunshots. That gets gunshots. Hold on. Damn it, Andrew. That was pretty good. Holy crap. All right. So to the charts we go. I got Bitcoin pulled up here. I want to show you some stuff that I don't normally talk about, which is this parabola I have drawn. This is a curved trend line. I have a curved trend line drawn for a reason. As you can see, the curved trend line is hitting at least 3 points on its way up after breaking the downtrend, which is that blue line right there. I don't talk about curved parabolas too much because they only really happen in bullish markets, and we don't get that constantly in crypto like you would think. So as long as this holds, and I have this curved parabola drawn here, as long as this holds, I'm going to stay in Bitcoin and not freak out here. I have my stop losses set. I moved them all up just recently. Where did I move my stop losses? Well, I dropped down to the 4 hour and I looked for the 200 moving average. Why did I do this? Well, the 200-day moving average, this red line, is a very basic, simple, bare bull filter. Okay? You can use it for the 4 hour if you'd like. You can use it for the daily. I particularly care to do daily and higher because I know that if I talk about anything less than daily time frames, most of you guys won't watch anymore because you don't have time to watch charts all day yourself. That's the reason you're here. So I'm only using this 4 hour 200 moving average to set my stop loss. I went through and looked at Bitcoin and said, what's about 25,900 or 26,000? So I went ahead and set my stop loss on Bitcoin at 25.9 flat. If it breaks this 4 hour 200 moving average in the next 4 hours, it will click me off and stop me out. Something in my eye there. I don't think that's going to happen. So I may move my stop loss up a little bit each day, depending. I want to give you a best case, worst case Ontario here, okay? I'm going to go back to the daily just to show you where I set my stop loss. All right, back to the daily here. All right, so I'm going to say hey to everybody in a moment, but I wanted to get to Bitcoin first because I know I'm taking forever. Ripping a car, bro. Andrew, together, bro, let's do it. Rock and roll, bro, let's go. With whiskey, dude. I'm going to be destroyed after this. All right, so same parabolic I was talking about a second ago. The 21 EMA is all the way up here at 27,470. As you see, we have not tested this 21 EMA since all the way back in March when we broke back over it after all the worry over the banks. As you see, this was the worry over the banks, and all that thing did was come down and tag 20,000 on the titties and bounce up from there. That's exactly where I bought. I had my buy limit set. It hit it and immediately bounced up. I should have leverage traded it, but I didn't. Didn't want to be an ape. So I've set my stop loss well under this 21 EMA. It is a well-known fact that the candles will dance around that 821 EMA often. I don't want to freak out. I want to leave it be because I can clearly tell that we are above trend here. And even if we make a low anywhere in this vicinity, it's okay. If we make a low down here, that's fine. That's just a higher low from what we already had. We had a higher low here, and we had our original low down here. That's fine. Give me another data point here to be able to pull more trend lines off of, and I can tell you even more accurately where we are going. It's a beautiful way to do it, one day at a time, not getting cute, no fancy Elliott waves, no fancy Pythagorean theorem needed, just straight charts and some simple stuff here. So worst case Ontario at the moment. Tomorrow we have a big news day. We're dancing around the 821 EMA currently. So long as we're above the 821 EMA, I don't think we're going to get any bad news. If we were under this, I think we may. But even bad news here is just going to set a higher low and create that uptrend even more. Fine with that. So we don't have an FOMC meeting until next month on, I think, the 3rd or the 4th. I don't exactly remember. I have to go back and look. There's speculation that the Fed will just simply freeze rates and hold them flat for the entire Q2 to let things balance out a bit. It's the opinion of many that they moved a little bit too fast on this rate raises, and it kind of squeezed the banks real tight real quick, and all of a sudden they started popping, as we have been aware of. Some of them started failing really, really rapidly. I went to the bank just this Tuesday to talk to the lady a little bit about things because I wanted to ask some questions, open up a different account. When I did so, she started talking about rates, and she immediately stopped me, and she was like, hey, look, man, I just want to let you know prime rates are really high right now. And I was like, what's the prime rate? By prime rate, I mean A1 credit. What can you get for a mortgage rate? A1 credit with 20% down. It's about 7% right now. Yes, there are going to be situations where you can get put into a better category because of certain things, and I won't get into those, what those things are, but a prime A1 credit score right now gets you about 6.9% on a mortgage rate, 30-year fixed. So variable rates are going for about 5.1. So people are going to be drawn to variable rates. You guys remember what happened in 2008? Yeah, variable rates. When those fixed rates get too high, people look for secondary options, which can create chaos. That's why we even have crypto, in case you guys don't remember. So my outlook for Bitcoin here, worst case Ontario for the moment, is 27,000. After that, 25.5, and that's still okay, honestly, because we could get all the way down here to 25.5, touch support and bounce off of that, because right here is a decent support level. We could come down to 25.5 and ride that right back up and keep on going. And I'm okay with that as long as it stays above this parabola. I still think we're on track for 30,000 plus. We are not far from our fib lines, which I have drawn up here. Okay, I just got solid white lines drawn, so they're easy to see. It's quite simple, in fact, to be able to see it. As far as that goes, I think it's an eventual target. I think just sitting on your hands here for the next few months is probably a decent idea. I've talked to multiple people. I talked to a really nice chick today on Twitter, and I don't remember what her name was, and I'm sorry, but she does charts. She's an Elliott wave person and a fib person, and she does it on linear mode, and I don't necessarily agree with that. And she has some super optimistic targets of 60K. Not sure I agree with 60K, okay? I like to be pessimistic, and I learned that from the great Andrew Fourier right over there in the chat. Be pessimistic, because that way your feelings don't get hurt, all right? Plus, people can't call you out for being wrong if you're pessimistic. If you're wrong and it goes up, well, hey, everybody wins. I don't mind being wrong then. So I still got the same targets of 30 to 35,000. We get above that, that's icing on the cake, okay? Icing on the cake. And I'm happy to continue riding that until that trend fails, and I'll be happy to tell everyone when I sold. All right? That's my Bitcoin take, and we fixing to stick to it, right? Right. All right. So I'm going to have, when I do this tag on the stream, it'll be that it was Bitcoin and mortgage rates before I segued into anything else. Let's go say hey to everyone, and I'm sorry I didn't do it already. Mr. XR Fee, good to see you, brother. He said popped in for a like. We can look at quant. I already got a bunch though, okay? Let me write that down. There you go. What's up, Ron Poteet? Welcome to the jungle. That's right. Isham, good to see you back, brother. Win Mullet always says the beard is trending out. Yeah, bro. It's trending out. This patch of gray is getting grayer by the day. Electric motherfucking Ken, good to see you, brother. Raging Beagle, Frank, good to see you, Frank. I hope you're doing well, brother. Jimmy Monroe, we'll hit you guys on the Zoom after the stream, because every week after the live stream, we do Zoom for hours and hours and hours and hours. Where you guys been? That's when the most fun happens on the Zoom. We all talk as a group and come up with better plans together. Jimmy Monroe, he's not even drunk yet. Sven, Lunatic Prophet, what's up, Jeremy? Good to see you. Cab Xavier, good to see you, Lunatic Prophet. Tario, Existence, Nikos, good to see you. Thomas Gayu, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Dean, what's up, brother? We've already talked about Andrew Fourier. Tremaine the Great, what's up? Good to see you, friend. Crypto 77, he said, "Que pasa, calabaza?" What's up? Got my lamp shade and a Hulu skirt ready, bro. Don't mess with me, Jeremy Monroe. We will be gone. Dan McKenna, I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. What's up? WTK? Yeah, it's had some fun lately, hasn't it? Is that scout for the Carolina Panthers or just an OG millennial? More likely both. You're funny. You're funny. I look like the guy holding the clipboard for Scott Fitterer, right? Jordan Russell. Yeah, I got DAG on the list already, and ADS, brother. No worries. We will get to those. Oh, bro. By the way, Andrew, I don't know if you noticed, but everyone loves it when you're on here. Do you notice that? Everyone loves it when you're on here. Educated dummy. Brother Beal. Timeless. What's up, ma'am? How are you? Juan Carlos. Hey, can you do some TA on Algo? I got Algo on the list already, brother, but I shall go over it. Big Tex. What's up, my friend? Sir Sigma. What's up, dude? Represent Tennessee. Roast Beef finally made it to a live. Good to see you. Andreas, what's up? CL, Bill Childers, Eric Overman. Josh, y'all got something for rent, bro. There's tons of rentals down here. Don't play with me. Cycling Cotton, Rope-a-Dope. All right, let's get into some more charts. Let's go to Ethereum, and then we'll get into everything everyone requested. So, Ethereum pushed up against this upper rising wedge right here, if you want to call it that. And depending on how you draw this, whatever. I think everyone's going to agree with this upper trend line, and that this thing smacked this upper trend line and immediately rolled back and wanted nothing to do with it, right? I think everyone agrees with that. Let me write this down. All right. So it hit it, it tagged it, it immediately threw a bit of a bearish engulfing, but not exactly. It's just one candle at the top, and we've seen this happen before. When something is really high up on the AEMA like this, it can bounce off a trend line, come right back down to the AEMA, throw another candle, and go right back up. I have a big position in Ethereum, and I may move off of this. As you see, I've bought twice already, right? Plus the money I'm going to be moving off to pay for vacation is sitting in Ethereum now. That way it could accrue a little bit of extra value while I was waiting. Figured it was a home run to do that. If this thing can hold above 1800, I think that's cherry. Worst case Ontario, we break down to 1794 and bounce. That's why I say 1800 I think is a decent price. And I bought that Hawaii stash to stick over there in Ledger for a little bit at, I think, 1760 something. I think that's where I ended up getting it at. So I'm sitting pretty good on that. It's up like 4 or 5%, whatever. Not going to complain. Where do I think this goes? I think this is going to continue bouncing around inside this rising wedge for just a little bit. Again, we haven't hit the 21 EMA since back here in on the 27th of March. It's been about a week since we did it. This is better than Bitcoin, which hasn't hit the 21 EMA at all lately, almost a month since it's done it. So how much juice is in the RSI? Well, you can kind of see it's just trending sideways, dancing around, doing a whole bunch of nothing just yet. That's okay. As long as it's moving up and sideways, we're fine. That's a continuation pattern, and we're going to look for that to keep going. If I throw some pivots up here on the screen, I want you to see this. We are sitting directly on top of R1. Beautiful. Can it hold R1? If it fails to hold R1, then we're going to start looking for our next levels back. I just got out of the shower, and my freaking hair is itching. What little I've got left is itching. Bigger. So 1870 is that R1 level. That's going to be the first level of if it breaks. All right. Next level of will be the 21 EMA, wherever that ends up, and it will likely end up at about 1800 flat. All right. That'll be our next level. And if that fails, then we're looking at 1725. But that would be worst case Ontario for Ethereum. On the plus side, still like 2000 to 2200. It's going to take a little bit to get there. And I also want you guys to realize we have all the way over to this white line for it to happen. All right. This is our June, July barrier where I think everything stops and hits the halt button. I think Bitcoin may do it first, and then we may see some other altcoins follow suit. That's not to say that's exactly how it'll happen, but that's how I think it will happen, in my opinion. All right. I've got my position set. I've got my stop losses locked in. Almost every single one of them is in the profits. So just sit back and chill and let it happen. I've spent a lot of time not freaking out about stuff and just watching it play out. And I think that's had a great effect on my mental. So daily prices are set and locked in, and I'm good to go. I'm not going to go bothering around and chasing the tail of the dragon here. I'm going to leave it be. There's my Ethereum outlook, right? Cool. Let's get to some of these coins that you asked for. Rope-a-Dope on Twitter asked me to look at GALA. So let's do so. And by the way, everyone, you're free to comment over here on the stream if you've got an opinion about something, or you disagree or agree or whatever. Just jump over here in the chat. And I just dropped my ink pen. Jump over here in the chat and talk about it. I picked it back up without you guys even seeing though. Jump over here in the chat and talk about it a little bit, and we'll see if we can't come up with an answer. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm wrong all the time, and since I'm wrong all the time, I like to be able to own that fact and eat it when I'm wrong and make a correction. So please feel free to comment. And we got 64 people on. Go hit like, guys. It's free. My look on GALA. We're failing the 821, right? We're rolling over and failing the 821. It appears to be on a bit of a trend line rise here with these fibs. These fibs would end off at the beginning of June, right at the end of May-ish. Makes sense. If this continues, then this is not a rollover and die fib. This is just a trend line going up. Now, this is just me thinking what happens if this thing retraces, and I already see it did a 50. I think that may be as far down as it goes for now. It's still above the 200, so I'm okay with that. I'll leave it be because of that. I'm in this position too on GALA. I'm not going to freak out about it. I still got my spot. I'm going to put some more moving averages in here just to see. And as you see, we're getting pressed down by the 50, but we are over the 100 or under the 100. See that? All these moving averages balled up together. 50, 100, 8, 21 EMA, all balled up right here, smacked together, and GALA's having a hard time cracking through that. Yeah. So if we can get back over these, great. If we can't, we're going to see this thing roll over and potentially come back to the 200 before the rest of the summer ends off. Now, historically speaking, some of these alts just don't do so well as some of the upper altcoins do. We have no control over that. I want you guys to understand that. As good as the chart may look, this is not the bull market yet. And since it's not the bull market yet, you've got to understand that doesn't mean everything's always going to go up. And in fact, things may stall out, hesitate, and really piss you off. All right? It's just the way it is. I keep a little bit of extra funds in reserve just for moments like this when I want to add to a position if I see it. So for GALA here, this looks like it wants to roll over and come back down a little bit. Targets for me are going to be 0.0389 or 0.039. That'll be my first flat. 0.039 flat will be my first level I think it goes to, unless it can jump back over this pivot, which is at 0.04 even. So it's kind of stuck in no man's land right here. Going to take a little bit of time to see if it can replace the losses it's having a hard time with. That being said, I think there's a possibility it could get back. You know what I mean? I think it. I think if we give it a little bit here, it'll come back around. It'll come back around to where it needs to be. Algorand, and that's going to be at 23 minutes. ALGO. All right, here's Algorand. As you see, we are failing the pivot. We had a 50 100s tit cross right here. What is a tits cross? Tits cross is very self-explanatory. When the moving averages cross, we get a perk up on the price that moves back towards the crossing. If it can break through the crossing, it eliminates it and continue higher. If we just come back up to the crossing and stop, we are bound to continue doing what we were doing before, which is down. Just the same way in the other direction. If we are above this cross, it comes down to it, checks it, and moves back up. Perfect. If you're above the check, excellent. If you're below the check, probably going to hurt the wallet a little bit. That's just the way it works. So I may scale out a little bit on this Algorand. I already took profits on it one time. I think I took half out when it was up 15% right here this one day. I went ahead and cut half. I was like, that's good enough for me. I still got a little bit of position available. And it is kind of just making a flag here and boiling. Could still hop back over. And I don't hate this. But, you know, this thing hasn't even got over the 200. These ISO coins have had a hard time, haven't they? All these ISO coins have really struggle busted. And because of that, they've kind of ate shit, if I'm honest. All right, let's go to Link. That's going to be at 24.30. I'll go to Link. I got a Link right here. All right, my buy line is right there. We are boiling here as far as what's going to happen. You're over the 50, you're over the 200, you're over the 100. You're about to have a 100, 200 MA cross right here. You are under the 821, but it's over the pivot. So this is dead neutral position right here. Okay. It's dead neutral. Again, we have all the way till June for this thing to play itself the rest of the way out. And by the way, all three of these from Rope-a-Dope on Twitter. Next up will be Gabriel Falcon, who asked for quant. And we will get to that when we get there. So not a horrible spot. It's just neutral, and it may go sideways on you because of that. And I want you to see these Bollinger Bands while I'm at it. Dead ass sideways. Getting tighter. As long as we stay up here at a reasonable level, there's a thought process that goes behind this that says we hop up over this midline, and then we move up north because everything else is moving up north. But warning again, altcoins don't always do that. Okay, that's just the way it is. So next up we'll do quant. Yo, Richie Graham, thanks for all the awesome content, bro. applause, good sir. When people donate here, everything that we get from YouTube, that goes right on over to giveaway. All right. And we give a giveaway pile, and then we send it over to Laos to help out them people over there who live in really horrible conditions, guys. There's a really awesome video right now called The Real Danger in Laos. The channel is Now in Lao, Lao. And he talks about us on there because we sent some money over there to help get some wells built. I'm really, really excited about that. We're going to get some more wells built soon. You guys don't know how good you got it. Put it that way. Cheers and thank you. Whiskey. So that was Link. Let's go on to Quant. I got it right here. Hang on. I keep it on my list over here because it's one of the coins that I've bought and sold already. And we'll get to this at 26.45. Ugh. All right. She's still stuck under this trend right here. Quant was an early mover. I've already gotten stopped out of this, I think. I've left this up here just to kind of show it. I've been out of this, I believe. I'd have to go back and look, but I don't think I have this anymore. I don't constantly go through and update these until I kind of see them. So when I set a stop loss and it kicks, I'm like, these Bollinger Bands are tight, but they're pointing down. This thing is pressed right up against this trend line right here, okay? Doesn't hold this trend line, things get messy. I'm going to take these Bollinger Bands off here and show you that we're under all the moving averages. This could continue to play ugly for Quant, all right? It's not quite time to go. We need to see this thing breach this trend line and get back over all of these moving averages for this to turn back into a bullish scenario for Quant, all right? This is why you never marry coins. I know a couple people who are particularly married to this one. Same kind of people were pushing certain cryptos on you not too long ago, especially in Discords. Not cool with that. There's a reason I don't do that, okay? Because I'm not beholden to anyone. I don't like that. I'm not going to be a part of that. Where do I see this going? This is pressed right up against the trend line. Going into the weekend like this, mixed bag here. You could get some downward wicks. I don't like this position though. I mean, honestly, I think this can come down to 110, 111. And if it does, it's going to feel bad. Understand that it may wrap back up and try one more time for the rest of the summer, and then that's going to be it. That's going to be the end of the ride. Then it'll be time to jump off and sit in stable coins. Don't get stuck, all right, everybody? Be careful. Don't get stuck. Don't be that guy. RVF. It's going to be some deck screener stuff, isn't it? Yeah, it is. All right, RVF. Rocket Vault. Oh, that sounds really whack. All right, get rid of volume. That's useless. All right, Rocket Vault will be at 29 minutes. And thank you, Joke82, for asking for this. That last one was from Gabriel Falcon for Quant. All right, Rocket Vault here has really, really moved up well the last couple days, but I want to give you a forewarning. It is still under trend right here, okay? Till that breaks, es no bueno. I know it feels good that it went up short term, but I think this thing could probably just dial out and jog sideways on you. Be careful. I don't want you to get stuck on this, so don't go chasing big green candles. That's a huge mistake, all right? By the way, I didn't say hey to people come in. Reminds me of Super Troopers, right? Meow. Yeah, I always say worst case Ontario. Manning says Omaha. Keith says Ontario. That's right, bro. Worst case Ontario. Trailer Park Boys, you guys get it. Mana. I'll get the mana. The snozberries taste like snozberries. You're stupid, dude. He can't pull. He can't pull over any farther. Oh, you guys are stupid. ADA. Yeah, we'll get to ADA. I'm trying to write these down as I go along. Ever had pecan butter? You're stupid, dude. After that hostage video, he disappeared. Look, now that you guys are mentioning that, I'm not even joking. I had a request for from Soto 2021 on Twitter. He asked me to look up Strong. So guess what we're going to do, everybody? We're going to dip back into this well real quick, and we're going to look at Strong. And I didn't want to do it, dude. I didn't want to do it, but we're going to look at Strong. Bro, I don't know how I feel about this, but we're going to look at Strong. Do we really want to look at this, y'all? Like, do we really want to look at it? All right, we'll do it. So right now we have a short-term uptrend. Please understand that I am not buying this. I'm staying away from it. All right. Only doing this because someone asked for me to do it. Still stuck under this big bear market line. I think this may jog up and sideways and tag this line and then go dead ass sideways and down way more. Is it worth getting into this in the bull market? I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. Okay. Is it worth buying some tokens to get on good value? I'm not going to say no. KuCoin has this listed. You can trade it on KuCoin. So I'll say it's not the end of the world if you buy and sell the tokens on KuCoin. I am not locking tokens up anywhere. No. So there's my answer. I think you could get as high as $13 here for strong. Doesn't mean it will. Man, I can't even believe I even talked about this. But I think it had to happen. Next up is going to be JASMY by Black Monolith. Bro, this isn't the real Caesar's Palace, is it? Jarrett, listen. Andrew, bro, you didn't have to give $20, bro. You know I'm going to give that back to you. Because I know Andrew likes some Jim Beam with flavors to it. Because I've seen him drink it right out of the bottle before. Cheers, brother. Whoo. That's got some bite to it. God almighty. But I'm going to be ruined tomorrow. How the hell am I going to function? Whatever. How did I do this and then get up to work at 5:30 in the morning? Answer me that, Andrew. How did I do it? I don't know, dude. I can hear you saying it right now. All right, engine. We can look at engine. And I'm going to have to move faster here, so I'm going to try to go a little faster. I don't know how to celebrate the super chat from Andrew, but thank you, Andrew. The crypto elephant. No, Sean, I know, right, bro? We already squeezed that strong tea. Absolutely, bro. I've already had that funeral. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not saying, you know what I mean? Because someone asked, I'll talk about it. I got you, Crypto Anonymous. I got you on the list, brother. Render. All right, let's go on to JASMY, which was asked for by Black Monolith. I got JASMY on the list right here. Where's it at? JASMY. All right, we go down to this next list, and I have it here. All right, my $100 is still hanging on like a pro here. It did break this little trend right here. I want you guys to see that, right? Broke that little trend. You know, however, it's not doing much of nothing since. We do have some buy pressure on these candles. Again, kind of like sideways. I'm only in this for 100 bones. It's just a shitter that I bought. I know it's actually not a shitter, but I don't like the volume that I saw on KuCoin as far as the order book. So the order book depth was pretty slim. And that being said, you can't buy a lot. You can't sell a lot. So picking small bites on this one. Small bites. Don't want to get silly here. That's 34 minutes. That's going to be where I sit on this one. I'm going to stand pat and not do anything too crazy. I don't want to get nuts on a shit coin like this. It happens every single time where I get a little bit happy about it and then that shit fails. Where I think this could go, about 008 or so. That would be the bottom of this resistance right here. If you see that, I'll draw a line right here. There, right there's the bottom of that resistance. Those candles in a line right there. All right. So if we get up to that, I'll be tickled pink, and I may even go ahead and scale out of this, especially in the summer. In the summer, I'm honestly going to be scaling out of everything because I don't think we're going to have an excellent summer. I think the end of the summer will be bad. And for that reason, I'll roll out and I'll take a break on a lot of this stuff and pump the brakes. So I think it's important. Let's look at the next one will be from SS Crypto Mania, and he wants to look at KOIN, just 35.30. It's KOIN though. Yep. All right. I think this is the one you're talking about, but I'm not positive. So let's look over here as well. If I can't find it, I'm sorry. It's not because I don't wanna. Yeah, you're talking about this one. This is correct. All right. So feels good for the moment, but all this volatility is kind of iffy. I know you're trending up. That's cool. Be careful here. All right. This thing can get very dicey very quick. Don't have a ton of data here. And you can see every time this thing makes a little move up, it just kind of goes sideways. So as long as it holds this little uptrend right here, I would say it's worth staying in. If it fails on the other side of this trend line and cannot hold it, well, time to jump ship. That's the way I see it. Again, not much data, so don't hold me to it. When these charts are smaller like this, you kind of have to monitor them more because you're not exactly sure what you're going to get. So be careful. Don't make a crazy move here and take it one step at a time. Let's go on to Alchemy and DAG. Let's go to Alchemy first, which would be 36.45, and then DAG. And then we'll do the time on that one as well. So Alchemy's still in this triangle. Honestly, it got me on this breakout. I thought this thing was taking off and going. Immediately wicked back and continues to boil inside this. Oh, tornado warning. You hear that? You guys can't hear it, but it's a tornado warning. Not great. Andrew might have already got it or might be getting it, but we're literally getting a tornado warning right now. Yeah, I'm listening to it now. It's a tornado warning. Yikes. So if you guys see me jump off of here, you know what happened. Still boiling inside this wedge. I'm going to pull the pivots up here. Under the pivot, I don't like that. You're kind of stuck in between the pivot and the S1. But there are plus sides to this. You're still over the 200 moving average. That's our simple bear bull line right here. This red line. As long as we stay over that simple bear bull line, we are okay. I don't like that it's balled up inside of all these moving averages, but I want to leave this be and give it time, kind of sit on my hands here and not panic. I think there's more room to go if we just leave it be. It is over the big bear trend line, and as long as we hold this white line, I'm all right with whatever. I've got some ADS, and I'm going to leave it be, right? It's part of the DAG ecosystem. I get it, blah, blah, blah. It's fine. That's how I see it. If this breaks north, first target will be somewhere around 20 cents, 20, 21 cents. We'll go from there. It could move very fast. This asset's kind of volatile, which I like. Worst case Ontario, we come back down to 11 cent-ish. But we haven't broken this big bear trend yet, so one step at a time. All right, let's go to DAG, which will be right about 38.55. All right, let's go to DAG. Now, this is kind of interesting. I want to show you guys some shit right here, okay? So, when it comes to DAG, this is cool and weird at the same time. I'm going to show you a couple different things here. So I'm going to remove this yellow line for a moment. And I want to break this down step by step here. All right. I'm going to pull up the old, this is mana, by the way. I got pulled up right here, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to go to DAG, and we're going to pick Constellation versus the dollar. What I've got pulled up right here is from right about July of 2018 all the way down here to March, April of 2019. That was a downtrend that DAG made back in the day. I'm going to grab the same times up here. I'm going to remove this yellow line for a moment. All right. And right about here, July, August, right about here, June, July, August, the top of this peak, I'm going to grab a trend line and I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to run this trend line down like this. And as you see, it appears as though we have hopped over this trend and are now sitting right on top of two separate trend lines. This big old school line that's here and this yellow line here, which is a lot similar to what it did back here back in the day. Exactly the same move from July to March, from August to March. Same thing, all right? Only this structure is a tiny bit better. As you see back here in the day, this thing got stuck under the 200 moving average, had a hard time breaking through before it finally went all the way over in May. It took all the way until the end of May for DAG to push through this 200 moving average right here and really break out. Once that happened, it was great. Now I want you to look here at where we're at on the same time frame, same scale for DAG currently. Right now we're about 0.442. Yeah, about 0.442, 0.43. So same situation arises. We've run up and spiked and tagged the 200, just like we did back here. Run up and spiked and tagged the 200. We've peeled back a little bit, and we're moving back towards that 200 again. Whoops. Moving back towards that 200 again. As you see, it took a little bit and jogged before it actually got through. All right, I want to scale back over here. Jumped up and jabbed that 200. Now you're kind of peeling back. This 200 is going to continue to drive sideways and pinch. All right. As you see, the timeline down below is at May 30th over here. This is May 20th through May 30th. It's almost identical time frames, almost identical strategies here. So I honestly think DAG may go sideways here a little bit until May. And then when we get to May, we may crack this 200 and start our descent up. And as you see, back in 2019, DAG had an awesome year. It was one of the better performers throughout 2019, and it held firm through 2020. Didn't really take that big COVID punch in the dick like everything else did. All right. Cool, right? So there's a possibility that happens again. As soon as we continue to start this uptrend and recrack this 200, I can start charting at hardcore and I can get us data points as we go. Again, I like 22 cents. If it can get that high, first it's got to get to 12 cents, and that's not going to be easy, okay? One step at a time. It may jog sideways and fail. If this big yellow line fails, that is our bear market break line. Time to stop, time to scale out and walk away. There's my DAG take. Thank you. So I also recorded that so everyone can watch it later on Twitter. I've seen the movie Twister. Trust me, bro. Exactly, dude. Which was a great movie, and they're remaking it. Can you believe that? Yeah, we're gonna get the WTK. I got it on the list. Real quick, guys, if you haven't, please do me a solid here. All right, right here is our Discord link. Launchpass.com/the786 assassins /half off. It's down in the description of this video. It's $8. It's $8. One venti coffee a month. Like, come on. That's nothing, guys. That's nothing. We have big brains over there who trade all the time. It's a wonderful atmosphere to have people that are of a like mind around you who can all come together and do things together and get better and better and better. We make a lot of good decisions over there. We make a lot less bad decisions than the masses. I'd love to have all of you there. Please, if you get time, it's $8. Like I said, come on, one venti coffee at Starbucks. What's it going to hurt to jump over and try it? There's my little spiel. All right, on to the next one, which will be WTK. We're going to go faster here. I'm sorry. I know I talk a lot. Sorry. All right. So recently, WTK did about 100% rip, right? Pretty darn cool. I want you guys to be careful. All right. Don't get over your heads here. I think this thing could possibly get up to 0.035. I mean, real talk. I think 0.035 is a possibility. It's had a great move right here. It is super overbought. The last time this thing got this overbought, it went dead sideways and then failed. So if this current level does not break, which is 0.028, roughly 0.03, and cannot break that 0.03 level, we're going to roll back over, go sideways, and make another kind of roll right here. All right. It hasn't gotten to this lower level. Again, that lower level is our next big barrier there. Crack that, we're on the way. Don't crack it, we're going to be stuck in this spot. There's my WTK take. 118% is awesome. If you guys haven't taken profits, I'll say this. Why haven't you taken profits? Not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. Do your own thing. I'm a profit-taking son of a bitch myself.
You ain't going to tell me I can't have my money. So on to Rio, 46 minutes. This is all from SS Cryptomaniac, by the way. We're up at the 68 level right here, fibs. We're kind of running out on this fib set. I'm expecting a rollback. This thing has performed amazingly. Triple overbought on the RSI. That's not going to last. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, eventually this trend is going to fail or at least get touched. As you see, it hasn't touched the trend in quite a long time, since the beginning of March. It's liable for a touch here soon. Incredible performance. It's also running into some resistance and it's overbought at the same time. Weekly overbought. I don't think this can keep up. It will roll over and stop. Just my opinion. CFX. Let's do CFX USD. All right, this is from Nodulizer on Twitter. All right, incredible run by CFX. Warning, it cannot keep this up. That is a crazy good run. Listen, folks, if you haven't taken profits, if this thing fails this trend line, it may be time to talk about it. All right, not telling you what to do, but this is an extremely high level and extremely aggressive move up. That can't keep up. I think if you sell some of this off, you may get a better buy-in. All right, levels I would look for on the way back down are 17 flat. Then I would reassess things from there. Could come down much farther than that, though, one step at a time. That thing is way up. All right, champ. He said, I've seen Twister. I know. Fucking Andrew, dude. He's my favorite person. Andrew is easily one of my favorite people in the world. And how about the Braves walked it off, bro? I was so lit right before I got on here. Freaking Arcia started the game off with a home run and then freaking won the game in the ninth. Are you kidding me, dude? Rosario didn't blow it. He had a little bit of a moment right there coming through with that double with 2 outs. Full count double. Let's go, bro. Fucking Rosario, man. Every once in a while he has a moment. He dyed his hair blonde, and I don't know how I feel about that. But he, you know, hey, you know. All right, so champ still trending up. Awful aggressive, though. Again, be mindful here. Sitting right at the trend line. Let me dial this in a touch. Yeah, that is right on the trend line. If this thing dips its toes on the other side of that line, that would be my signal to scale out. But as long as it stays above it, cool to ride. It's gonna be over the 21 EMA right now, probably dipping between the 8 and the 21. Be mindful of it. Don't do anything crazy. But it has done very, very well. I would be prepared to take profits if it fails. Opal. I think this is the right one. It's on Pancake Swap. We'll see. This is going to be 49 minutes. Yeah, it's got pretty good volume. So it's stuck under trend right here. I'm going to need that to improve. Once that improves, I would be scaling back into this, but I would already be out of this and waiting to see what happens here. I don't like things rolling over and playing dead like this. It looks like Quant, where Quant's still driving down and hasn't been able to crack north. It's the same kind of situation. Can get you held up right there. All right. Amazing way to open up at home. So pumped. 845 OPS 1 and 9. We look very good. Exactly, dude. And we also jinxed the year, so there's that. Bro, think about this. Freed's hurt. Soroka's hurt. Kyle Wright's hurt. Matzik's still hurt. Von Grissom didn't even start. Bro, there's 5. Harris got hurt today, and they're still winning. I like it. The young team's coming together, bro. Young team coming together. I'm here for it. Here for it, dude. Let's go. I just wanted to get rid of Ozuna from the Braves. All right, let's go to Mana. Someone asked for Mana, and I want to talk about Mana. Oh, Mana. And I'm not talking about tranny beer, which I meant to drink on here tonight, but this whiskey came in, and I didn't want to not drink this good premium whiskey. Premium. All right, Mana's still boiling. I went ahead and got a position in this because of this. I want to thank China Matt and a few other guys who called this out and said, hey, man, this thing's boiling. What do you think? And I'm like, hey, look, it could fail, but damn, if that thing breaks north, I want to be here for it. And I'll scale out and stop if it fails, okay? I see support down here on the lower levels. If it does fail, that's where I likely think it'll go. And then we'll get one more little charge up for the summer. It's over the 200 still, so I'm still in a bull manner on it. 150 are kind of chopping us down right now. See that 50 is pushing down and the 100 is pushing up, and right in between them. I want to see it pinch through. If it does, that was my ankle. If it does pinch through, we're going to drive north and keep going. I'm super hopeful of that, one step at a time. Okay. Again, this is one of the few where my stop loss isn't setting the profits. My stop loss is under the 200 on this one. That's where I'll cut bait and run. One step at a time. All right. This was 50 minutes and 20 seconds. All right. We're going to do Cardano. I've heard a lot of chatter about Cardano recently because of internet people think they know everything. And they actually think Ethereum's going to die. Jesus Christ, people are so dumb. So you've got a 50, 100, 200 balled up moving averages right here, which is actually pretty good. And you've got the 100 crossing the 200. That's a kind of a hold up for the price, but this is the tits moving the opposite direction here. Kind of what I wanted to see. I wanted to see this thing roll over and bounce. It may come off this trend line, which is this blue line you see coming up here. I'll take these moving averages off so you can kind of see right there. So we're still riding this trend line. So long as we continue to ride this trend line, I'll leave her be. If it starts to fail this trend line, hey, guess what, folks? I'm going to scale out. I still got my ADA position. It's not a very large position, but I still have it. I separated up my XLM profits, and I divided it all. I bought, almost dropped my pen again. I bought ADA, HBAR, AVAX, CRV, Comp, AVE, and something else. I bought something else too. I can't remember. But either way, I divided them all up, and all of them have gone up since. Like I said, I tickled 110K or whatever it was the other day, and I was like, whoa. Right? This kind of hit me for a moment, like, holy shit. This is nuts. So that's where I see ADA. Injective protocol. A lot of chatter about this one too. People get super excited about this stuff. Let's see what timeline we are at. 53:30 and 30. Injective protocol. So, I want you to look at this beautiful push right here of a trend, just running and running and running and not failing. That's wonderful. As long as it stays above this, again, I'm cool with this. It is running into resistance. It is at the 618 golden pocket, 618.71 golden pocket area right here. How much farther can it go past this? As long as it's above trend, I'm cool. I will start to take profits if I see it dip its toes on the other side of this. It hasn't done so yet. It's simple. The trend is your friend. Ride it till it dies. Again, summer was going to probably be our peak, but that's not till June. And it ain't June yet. So keeps going, stay in it. And then there may be a situation where I talk about DAG, you know, where it stays above the trend all the way through, because DAG didn't break trend until November. So we'll see. Next up will be render, and then we'll do flow. All right, render broke this really, really sharp trend just to sit up here on this trend and continue dancing up a little bit. By the way, Jeremy has me on the big screen at his house, and that messes with my freaking head, dude. The fact that you're on someone's TV and they're watching you is friggin' weird to me. I don't know why. It's weird, bro. It's weird. We're heading back up the mountain again next week, too. I'm not excited about it, but I'm kind of excited about it. I want to try some meditation shit when I got up there, dude. Try to focus some good energy, you know what I mean? Try some new shit for my brain, dude. Getting old, I gotta start doing some different stuff, man. The years are starting to catch up with me. I can feel it. So still above trend here, and I don't hate this render position. Again, above everything I want to see it to be above again, except this 50 moving average. Playing stubborn, isn't it? I'll pull up the weekly here. You'll see that the weekly got stuck under the 100 weekly moving average, that blue line right there. Everything's driving sideways a bit, and that's okay. One more push up for June, July. Sounds good to me, but we'll see. I can't be for sure on that. Roast Beef said, go Bills. And you're getting banned just for that. Amazing way to open up home. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Spencer Strider for the Cy Young, bro. Don't fuck around. Spencer Strider, bro. Could you imagine going in and try to hit 100 mile an hour, 102 mile an hour fastball, and then this dude drops in a 91 mile an hour slider behind it? Oh, by the way, throws an 89 mile an hour changeup, and they're all the same arm angle. How the hell are you supposed to hit that? Good luck. Hey, Scoopity Poop, what's up, brother? Hey, thank you, Eddie Gwynn, dude. Good to see you. Eddie Gwynn, however you say it. Loving the work. Can I check out NXRA? I may have time, may get it on the next one. Let's see. Colo, I don't have time, Colo, I'm sorry. But I'll try to get to it later. I'm glad you did, Dag. Appreciate it. I have to figure out what I did when joining Discord. Hey, famous, just DM me. Just DM me on Discord, all right? All right, so that was Randall. Let's do flow, and this will probably be the last one because we're running out of time. But I got to all of them on the list except a couple. I'm pretty happy about that. Weekly, not so great. All right, you do have a higher low here, and I want you to see that higher low. My charts get a little messy sometimes. I'm sorry, y'all, but that's just how my brain works. Charts work a little different for everyone, and sometimes you can put other stuff on the chart that works for you, and I encourage that. It failed this little short-term line, and since then, I'm going to pull up the daily here, has continued to get kind of punished here. Like that. Okay. Still kind of stuck. I need to see this break. Hasn't broken yet. When it does, I'm happy, but just hasn't got over the hump yet. Baby steps here. I think it will eventually get there. Just got a little bit more work to do. Once it breaks, hey man, off we go. One step at a time. All right. One step at a time. They have decent staking on this. And I know this says 1,500 here. I've actually bought some lower. I got to refigure out what my average here is on this. I DCA'd into this a little bit. I got to figure out how much I actually have and where my price is. I bought a little bit extra with some profits. So I'm pretty tickled about that. So thank you all for coming, dude. That was an awesome hour. It was fast paced. It was energetic. I love it. Please, right here, launchpass.com/the786assassins/half off. This will not be this cheap forever, folks. It's just a special we're running. That $8 is going to be $16 again one day. Don't waste your opportunity. All right. You're not going to get this opportunity again until all the way in 2026. You're willing to wait that long? 2026 to get this kind of opportunity? I bet not. So, thank you to each one of you who came on here. I'll leave you guys with this. 2 things. Make the best of your todays, the worst of your tomorrows. All right? We're not even thinking that far yet. And lastly, you guys could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me. I don't even know how I got here. It's, oh man, what a world. Thank you all. I appreciate it. I seriously do. It means the world to me. See you guys next stream. See you other guys in unlimited chat over in the Zoom after this. Y'all be good. Sky's the limit. I'll see y'all then. Peace.